back. This is John.
Hey, it's Paul.
And it's Eric.
And it's What If Geeks. And this is January 7th, 2020. This is officially our first...
Got the year right.
That's right.
I know, right? I was shocked.
2020.
I almost in July. Fuck it. So it's January 7th. And this is our first official recording for the new year and the new decade. I know coming up later, once we figure out what our schedule looks like, we're going to plan an anniversary edition or episode for this podcast because, according to iTunes, January 20th is our 1 year anniversary. Yay! Happy anniversary!
Did somebody bring the kazoos?
What's the official gift for 1 year? Like, what's the
Paper?
Is that right?
Yeah, we get it every week.
right. We get a ton of it. Yeah,
it's a
6
set list.
pages for you.
It's paper. So it's why usually I give all my friends toilet paper on the 1 year anniversary just to fuck with them. So that'll be now. Of course, Paul and I actually started recording like in December of 18, but we didn't actually get it onto iTunes because we're nothing if not efficient.
Right.
So according to iTunes, it's January 20th, and we'll just keep it like that. So January 20th will be our 1 year anniversary. Yay us! So this episode is going to be our first annual, our first Geekly Weekly of 2020. So, what do you say? We're going to do the triumphant return to Florida Man?
Yeah, we haven't done a Florida Man.
It's been a minute.
It's been a month, over a month, I think.
I think we need to hear Paul's intro. I think we need Paul's intro. We haven't had this in a while. Good.
Florida Man, the worst superhero in the world. Doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And look, we're going to say some things about Florida Man and laugh at either drug use or domestic violence or some sort of violence. That's not the stuff we find funny. It's the ridiculousness of what they do. And
he's lying. That's all the stuff I find funny.
Someone will get assaulted with cookie dough or a pancake or a burrito or something.
I will almost be depressed if Paul does not start this year off with someone getting hit in the face with some type of condiment or food product.
Oh, I don't have that.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
You're letting me down, Florida Man. That's on you guys.
All right, so who wants to go first?
Okay, I'll go.
Crickets. Okay, there you go.
We don't have to have crickets. So I got one that's in the spirit of the new year because it happened on New Year's.
Nice.
And it's just a typical Florida Man bit, really. So, people... I guess the headline is Deltona Man partially blows off hand while lighting a firework in a car. Okay, and that's not really that surprising. People do that all the time, right? This guy is special though because
in a car.
Yeah, in a car.
Oh, okay.
So what he did is he took the inside rocket part out of like a full blown real firework, and he was sitting in his car and he freaking lit the thing on fire and it exploded. Of course, blew out his side window, shattered the windshield, blew his right hand off. And, that's really it. There's not much else to say about it except don't do that. Don't do that.
You know what? Again, we're going to have to start posting these to the website. Like that little.
Yeah,
Florida
I started
thing.
doing that. I'll catch up.
All right. Cool. I'll go. I got not too much on this one. Just the headline caught me, as most headlines do. And I totally millennialed it. I looked at the headline, and then I kind of briefly looked at anything else in there. So the headline says... deputies, this is from 4 days ago. Deputies search for burglar who broke into Bradenton home to suck victim's toes. So stand by, everyone in Central Florida, I guess. Yeah, Bradenton is not that far, right?
It's past Tampa, right around Tampa.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, shit, it is. You're right. Because, my wife's cousin lives around there.
Bradenton, Sarasota, that whole area.
Okay.
Does your wife's cousin like toes? Or
yeah. Denise, lock your door. Or stay out of someone else's house.
Yeah.
One or the other.
When's the last time someone talked to her?
Or at least a therapist. So yeah, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office said the victim was sleeping in his bedroom on Christmas Eve, only to be awakened by a man sucking his toes. Okay. The victim asked the burglar what he wanted, telling him he didn't have any money. All right, two things come to mind here. One, not the reaction I would have had.
Yeah.
Two, I think you already know what he wants. He's fucking doing it.
That's why he's there.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that would not be my first reaction. Oh,
The man.
kind sir, what are you seeking?
It's like an NPC in a fucking role-playing game.
Right.
What the fuck is going on? The man replied he was there to suck toes. So, hey, Okay, then the victim punched the subject in the mouth. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's
Oh,
fine.
good. That's a little bit, yeah. You could have skipped the...
He was waiting to see if the answer was reasonable first, I
Yeah.
guess. What do you got bit by a rattlesnake? I was sucking the poison out. Okay, carry on.
Yeah.
All right, look. So, out of the few Christmas Eve traditions that I've heard of, Santa, Krampus, and the toe sucker.
The toe sucker. The Tampa toe sucker.
The Tampa toe sucker. That's much better. But yeah, there you go. The Tampa toe sucker. Holy shit. All right. So, yeah, that was... Way to go, dude in Bradenton. Stay the fuck out of Orlando, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Go ahead, Paul.
All right, this is from January 3rd. Naked Florida man high on meth bites canine dog, assaults officer. Florida man is facing several charges after police say he assaulted an officer and bit the ear of a canine dog while naked and high on meth. Donald Watts, 38, was arrested Saturday for multiple charges, including battery, 2 counts of resisting an officer, resisting arrest, and 1 count of aggravated battery on a service dog.
Mm.
Yeah. Boy, that meth will mess you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, tastes like chicken. The fuck, man?
And then I was afraid, that's such a good headline that I was afraid one of you guys would have that one, so I found a second one.
All right.
Go for it. We get a bonus Florida man for 2020.
This is from January 2nd. Florida man violently punches gas pumps, car wash drive-through, and trees after argument with girlfriend.
It wasn't a Florida man. It was Steve from Minecraft. What?
This guy was arrested by Hunter Bleach, Bleich, 24, was arrested in somewhere in Collier County, so like Naples. He was at a mobile gas station, got in a fight with his girlfriend, and started to violently punch the gas pumps, the equipment inside the drive-through car wash, a tree, then was arrested and punched the concrete wall at the jailhouse. And not surprisingly, the report says he was drinking. Of course he was.
Of course he was.
How's his hand? Did he fare better than the guy with the firework, I assume?
True. I'm telling you, too many Minecraft. All right. Eric, where we at?
Where are we at? So back on
What just happened?
December 9th, we did a Geekly Weekly where we talked about the Golden Globe Award nominees for, well, what we care about anyway, or the people we care about.
Yeah,
shows
we did our
care
Geekly
about.
Awards.
Yeah. So since they happened, I figured we'd just go over those ones that were relevant to us really quick.
That's something we're going to do every year, right?
Yeah.
Annual awards.
Yeah, might as well. So for Best Picture, Joker was up for it. That was one of the 4 nominations it had. Irishman was also up for Best Picture for drama, but unfortunately 1917 won it. I haven't seen that yet. I shouldn't say unfortunately.
Yeah.
I haven't either. That trailer looks amazing, though.
Yeah,
It does.
It does look good.
In my mind, without seeing it, it looks like I'm going to enjoy it a lot more than Joker. And I like Joker, so...
The other 2 movies that were up for that were Two Popes and A Marriage Story, which... Marriage Story we'll get to because it was up for everything, even though we wouldn't normally care about it, but it has Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson in it.
Yeah.
So. Oh, and what's her name? Laura Dern. Anyway,
Holdo.
yeah.
Does she do the Holdo effect, the Holdo move?
Yeah,
move?
yeah, yeah. Oh, that sounds in A
So
Marriage
she
Story.
splits
The
it.
Holdo.
That's how
I'm not sure how that. We'll
Ends
figure
up-
that. Don't Google
Put
that.
the keys in the bowl.
Get your toes sucked.
So, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood got Best Picture for a musical or comedy, which is probably no surprise because it was really the only good one on the list. Although Rian Johnson's Knives Out was up for it as well, and I heard it was good. I haven't seen it yet. But supposedly
I've heard both. So
Best Animated Picture went to Missing Link, which is the only thing on the animated pictures that I didn't see, and I didn't see great reviews for it, so I was really surprised by that. But it beat Frozen, it beat Toy Story 4, it beat the Lion King remake, but everything should. So I was a little surprised by that. But
I'm shocked it beat Frozen 2 and Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
Somewhere a tiny Simba is crying without actually having any emotions show on its little face.
with no tears.
Got the same emotionless.
Chernobyl, which we've talked about before, and John makes fun of how I say.
Baby Simba at the Golden Globes.
Got the best limited series for TV. Best actress went to Renee Zellweger. She beat out Scarlett Johansson, who was up for it on Marriage Story. Best actor, Joaquin Phoenix for Joker. I'm not sure that's too surprising. Adam Driver was also up for the award for Marriage Story, but I think Joaquin Phoenix probably deserved it more.
Yeah.
Especially with all the hype that got. Laura Dern did get, that's General Holdo. She was in A Marriage Story as well. She did get Best Supporting Actress for that role. I have no idea who she was up against because I didn't recognize most of the names. Brad Pitt got Best Supporting Actor for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He actually, Al Pacino and Joe Pesci were both up for that award because of The Irishman. So I'm a little bit surprised that Brad Pitt got it, but it is what it is, I guess. For Best Director, the guy that did 1917, Sam Mendes, he beat out Martin Scorsese for Irishman and Todd Phillips for Joker and Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which was also a little surprising to me. But like I said, I haven't seen it. 1917.
It looked amazing, so
it was one of those late release things, and I'm really surprised it had that much hype to win an award when all these others were out and got great reviews. And Tarantino did pick up Best Screenplay for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, beating out The Irishman, which was Steven Zalian. I don't know how to pronounce it. Best Actor in a TV Series went to Brian Cox. Kit Harington was up for it for Game of Thrones, as we talked about at the beginning of the month, but he did not get it. And I haven't seen Succession, so I have no idea what that
I don't know
series
what it's about.
is like. But,
I know what it's about, but I haven't seen it. It's a infighting among a family trying to get all of the money from a really, really wealthy family member who dies.
Oh, okay.
And the last one I had was...
I think he dies.
Oh, sorry.
Spoiler. For a show we haven't seen yet.
Right.
Last one I had was Best Supporting Actor for TV Limited Series, which went to Stellan Skarsgård, who is that crazy Russian party sympathetic guy in Chernobyl.
Cool.
So that's it for the awards. Any questions?
No, the only comment I got is Ricky Gervais is my fucking hero.
Oh, yeah. We should talk about that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he gave the speech at the beginning of the awards.
Yeah, he does like the opening monologue.
I mean, it pretty much was
the long.
Do you remember his words exactly? Because
just about. But the long version, like he touched on everything in pop culture. He told whatever. He said something about something that Netflix is finally going to kill itself. He says, "I'm like Jeffrey Epstein," and everyone went, "Ooh!" And he goes, "Yeah, I know. He's your friend."
But then he said, "I don't care."
Because he said repeatedly, he goes, "I'm hosting this for the 5th time. I don't care. This is my last time." He goes, because I don't care anymore. And apparently neither do the Golden Globes, because 5 times. And then he just goes all in on everybody throughout this entire monologue. And he ends it with, basically he called all of them whores, like attention whores, right? He was like, he goes, you people, you'll work for anybody. Because he started with Apple. He was like, basically like Apple, who does this whole humanitarian award or whatever, and which is amazing because they have sweatshops in China, and everybody was like, "Oh, yeah." And he goes, "Well, you guys, come on. These are the people that you work for: Apple, Disney, whatever. If ISIS opened up a streaming service, you go contact your agents."
Right.
And he said, so he goes, when you come up here, he says, don't.
He's like, thank your agent.
Yeah, he's
thank
like,
your God.
He goes, don't use this for a moment to speak on some political agenda. You have no right to preach to anybody. You know nothing about the real world. I was like, holy shit. He said, just get your award, thank your agent, thank your God, and fuck off.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love this man. I love this man. He was so amazing. So yeah, which again.
And I was like, is this real? Is he like,
oh yeah,
is this a thing?
100%
like, is this a
real.
Bit? Is this like a
no? That's just him. He's so
like,
tired
just
of
being a troll job, or yeah. But I think he's just tired of people's crap.
There's plenty of times
so
he speaks out where he's just like, you have no, shut the fuck up. He's like, who the fuck are you? Just like, why would you listen to me? He's that way across the board, and it's very refreshing to hear somebody in that arena talk to everybody that way. Yeah. Again, do I think everybody deserves an opinion? Sure. Do I have to hear about it every fucking show you're on? No. You know what I mean? Because you get a microphone in your face all the time. You think somehow, it gives you. somebody, it was Bill Burr. Bill Burr said, the problem with Hollywood is because you got DC is just evil, right? Then you've got the people in Hollywood who think they're better than the people in DC. So he's like, they're all fucked up. He's like, yeah, no. He said, nobody should listen to a fucking word they say. Right. He goes, and this is coming from a guy who's in it.
If you had any doubt if this was for real or not, The Independent the next morning wrote this article. The headline was "Ricky Gervais cheapened the Golden Globes and overshadowed vital political statements." He retweeted it with a crying laugh react.
Right.
Yep.
So that's that.
Oh, and my favorite meme to this, and I'll send it to you guys later. But hang on, let me find it.
Well, this gave birth to several new meme templates because of
Pornhub. 100 celebs fucked by small British man. It was so great.
People's reaction when he was
the Tom Hanks
talking,
face.
the Tom Hanks face, and then Adam Driver was like one of the few people in the audience that was actually laughing.
Yeah,
and so that spawned a whole bunch of memes. So it'll be
just
good
shows
content
you the ones
for the
that
next several months.
Yeah, if you can see the ones you've watched, like whoever they actually cut to, who looked like they were really laughing, or the ones that looked like they were uncomfortable, then you know. Yeah. You know, oh yeah, we might be talking to you. You know. So yeah.
All right, moving on from Golden Globes then.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to end it.
We had a few movie trailers. Actually, there was 6.
Because we lost all the liberals.
I think there was 6.
I'm kidding. Come back.
There was 6 or so movie trailers of relevance that were released in December. We covered Wonder Woman 1984, Ride the Lightning. We covered Ghostbusters.
I wasn't here for that, so I didn't hear your takes on her lassoing the lightning bolt.
I was like, this is the jump the shark moment. This is when, like, all right, I was all in on the first one up until the Act 3 CGI shit. I was like, oh god, you know. But I liked the movie overall. This one, it was giving me a good vibe, and then all of a sudden she's lassoing lightning, and I was like,
yeah.
We sat here and looked at each other and just went, yeah.
Yeah. At first I was like, did she just lasso a lightning bolt? Like, is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
and then,
and it's funny because I know what I think I know what they're going for is because like she's the daughter of Zeus, so that's somehow going to be a thing. But he said, has she ever done this in the comics before ever? And I'm like, I don't think so. We'll have to wait until we talk to Paul. But
yeah,
no, this is not
that
a
I
thing.
can recall. Yeah.
I mean, they're just
it's going to wrangle the truth out of that fucking lightning bolt, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and it's as a way to travel around. I mean, it's like stolen from Spider-Man. It's bizarre. Yeah. It's like she's just.
It was a very Spider-Man-esque way to swing around.
Oh, really weird.
Throughout the rest of the trailer, the way she's using the lasso, almost like she's snapping it like a whip in certain spots or whatever.
And she spins it and does some other stuff. And I think the idea is they wanted the sword and shield out of her hand.
Which is fine.
And so what they've said is she's had all these years to sort of practice with the lasso and gets really good at it.
Really good at it.
Yeah,
apparently.
really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is the Steve Trevor thing. Have we explained how he's back?
No, I don't think we know.
But
we don't
seems
know.
like he's a man at a time because she's trying to explain to him this is art, and he looks at a trash can like he's Johnny Five from Short Circuit. You know, no, that's just a trash can. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I assumed it was going to be like she would see glimpses of him because they're so in love, and then she'd turn again and he wouldn't be there. Like that's.
But
what
I think it's got something to do with Maxwell Lord. That whole line where he's like, "I can give you anything you want." I don't know how the hell this guy's unless it's like a Lazarus pit kind of thing.
I'm still in for this movie, by the way. Still Gal Gadot.
Oh, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing this.
Yeah. The only one I'm more into is the next one we're about to talk about.
So, Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Well, that
we covered
this one,
and then Ryan Reynolds, the Free Guy. We covered, I think.
Oh God, yeah, we did. You were there for that, right? The free guy. No,
I don't think he was here for that.
Trailer?
I think we did all 3 of those trailers when he wasn't here.
Yeah.
Have you seen the trailer for it?
I don't think so.
Holy shit. I guess I can combine this later. Let's pause this a second. I'm going to pee and you can watch the trailer.
Spike it. All right.
Yeah. All right. So he's now we switched. He's peeing now. So what'd you think?
That's cool.
Right?
So cool.
Free Guy looks awesome. I can't wait for that shit. So yeah. So Ryan Reynolds plays a non-playable character who realizes, you know what, fuck this. We ain't doing this no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
cool.
we're in a video game.
Yeah, once he realizes he's in a video game, that's amazing. All right, so where the hell are we now? All right, so now are we up and ready to go for the list?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, did you guys talk about Free Guys?
Yeah, he liked it.
Yeah, that's very cool.
He's looking forward to it.
All right, so
Black Widow.
Ones we didn't cover.
Whoops.
We barely touched on Black Widow.
You can just stop right there.
What? Oh. I almost missed that one.
You're welcome.
I did miss it. Yeah, we barely touched on that one before, so let's go over it. There's a bunch of character reveals in this.
Yeah, you don't just get one Black Widow, you get two.
Yeah.
So
Yelena
I'm
Belova.
absolutely going to be here for this one.
I'm confused on whether she calls her sister. Is that just sort of in the, colloquial
right, like
Russian sense? Like,
yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Or that they were both in whatever sort of training program
Yeah,
that
it
they're
could be
from.
part of the program.
Yeah.
It could also be that maybe they are sisters. I
Well,
don't think
they're not in the comics.
No,
I don't.
No. She just Yelena, right? Yeah.
Yelena
Yelena
Belova.
Belova.
But
she replaced her in the comics for a little while.
But it's interesting because when we get to this next part in the minute with Red Guardian, like they're all sort of sitting around a table as if
like their
like a family.
Yeah,
So it
it's
could still
interesting.
be
So
jacked up sort of.
Yeah.
because Melina, Rachel Weisz plays Melina Vostokov, right? Who's really the bad guy in Black Widow, but in the trailer she seems to be
She's the
helping
mother.
them. She's like the
like the matriarch of their little
Yeah.
tribe.
So I'm not
Maybe
clear.
she
I mean,
betrays them. Oh, that'll be sad.
It seems like they're all sort of in cahoots doing something together. I guess against Taskmaster is the idea. Which of course, his helmet has raised all kinds of shit with people because they're like, that's not the right helmet. What the hell? Because it looks like I don't know, Snake Eyes mask or something.
Yeah,
the way
it
they
doesn't
did it. I
quite
mean, it
look
does
like
have like a skullish look to
Yeah.
it, but it's not.
He looks like a Fortnite character.
Yeah,
Like, they
that's
could've-
probably a good.
Yeah, they could
good
have done something
comparison.
better. I mean, with all all right, you did Red Skull.
Yeah,
Why the fuck do you not do Taskmaster?
yeah.
Master.
I'm not understanding.
Easy for you to
Because
say.
I almost called him out on it, and I was like, "Nah, I just fucked up too." Never mind. That dude.
That dude. So anyway, that'll be in theaters May 1st of this year, of this new year 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
I'm sure
This
we'll
is
get
Barbara Walters.
we'll get more trailers before it leads up to the show, and we can do better coverage when I've got
I'm
a
sure.
few of them
Yeah.
to pick out plot points.
We will touch on Black Widow some more later. I'm sure she'll be
We should be
thrilled.
so lucky.
She'll be overjoyed.
Oh, you know what? There was one more thing in that too that people were talking about, the white suit that she wears.
Yeah, 'cause that was a thing in the comics for a little while too, right? It was, yeah, okay, we're gonna switch up a character, and what do you do with someone like Black Widow? Well, switch it up to white.
But, yeah, put her in white.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The next one we didn't cover was the Mulan live action reboot. That trailer came out on December 5th.
Have you seen that? We're not gonna spike to this.
I saw it. It was before Rise of Skywalker.
Yep.
I am all right. I'm kind of hit or miss on all the live action Disney ones. On the one hand, I love watching what they do with them, right?
Yeah.
But I also have that. There's that part of me that's like, all right, enough already. There's a lot of them all the time. That's all you see. Again, we go in the remake joke where everything is a remake of something to the point where we had that little article about them using a CGI James Dean, and I was like, now
Right.
we're even rebooting fucking actors. Come on,
Right.
stop. Just something original. And from a company like Disney, I want to see more original shit. Now, the fact that they're doing like Marvel, Disney Plus, Marvel shows and movies and Lucasfilm shit, whatever, and more Pixar. So I'm like, okay, I'm okay kind of with some of the remakes. I just, I don't know. I kind of like seeing what they do with them, but I just get beat over the head with them. But this one, I'm like, yeah, I really like the way it looks.
Yeah, it reminds me more of a martial arts movie than a Disney cartoon.
Yeah, like,
Didn't feel
Crouching
Princess
Tiger,
at all.
Hidden
Yeah,
Dragon kind of
that's
thing.
exactly what. You might say generic martial arts, but I mean it's just a 2-minute trailer, so you're not going to get a lot out of it. But the other thing I noticed on the trailer is no singing at all. period.
No, you hear the beats of the songs from the movie.
Is there going to be no singing? Because so far on the live action remake, they've kept the songs intact. And they've even added new ones. You don't see shit in this trailer. Are they going to get rid of it?
I don't know.
This would be a place to do it. This would be a better place to do it.
And I wouldn't mind it. I'm sure you'll probably see one or two here or there. What I'm curious about is, like, within this one trailer, you get all the essentials from the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, her dad, and he's injured, and he's going to die if he goes, whatever. So you see all that, and you see him praying to the ancestors. Now it seems like one of their ancestors' guardians or whatever is a phoenix. You see something there, kind of in that realm.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the flip side of it too, there's a witch involved with the other thing. Where in the cartoon it was the Huns, right? Yeah. And I think one of my kids had a problem with that because it wasn't like. But I'm like, it's Disney. They got to switch it up a little bit, make it a little, I guess, a little bit more mystical or whatever. I'm dying to see if they bring back Mushu.
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
You know what?
He's not in the preview. He's not in the
preview. I'm wondering if they're hiding that, and if they got Eddie Murphy back,
right?
That would be so fucking amazing. Because he's been doing a little bit more here and there. Like he was on Saturday Night Live. He's doing some stand up here and there.
He's in a movie that's coming up, which we'll talk about soon.
Okay, all right. See, so I'm hoping they're hiding it, and maybe like that final trailer, they'll drop Mushu. Because he was a really good part of that movie. Yeah. Again, sometimes their little comedy side characters are not great. But sometimes they're not that great. But I liked Mushu, so I'm hoping he comes back for it. It's Eddie Murphy. If he comes back and they write up some good material, I think that they'll do they can hit it out of the park there. Because you're still going to need some type of comedy relief, and you can leave the bumbling idiots from her army out of it if you want. Maybe a little bit of it here and there, but not really. Because there was 3 or 4 of them that were running around with her buddies.
Yeah,
right.
So if you keep Mushu in it, I think that would be really cool.
Well, we'll see. I guess but there should be more. There should be more trailers for that too, because it's not out till March 27th. So
right before my birthday.
No birthdays for you.
Well, unfortunately, just like the taxes, it's coming.
All right. So the last one from December we didn't talk about was the extended trailer for Top Gun Maverick, which I also think they played at the front of Rise of Skywalker.
Yep.
And I don't have much to say. This is one of those movies where it's like,
I feel the need. No,
I don't know how to. I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah,
me either.
And unfortunately, the trailer is very ambiguous about the storyline because it's almost nothing but the car chase in the sky kind of scenes where he's just flying around.
Yeah. What I got out of it seems like maybe because they say your instructor is here or whatever, and it's supposed to be Maverick. Is he in not in tenure, but is he an instructor there normally, or is he coming in special for something? It's weird. It's very, like you guys said, very ambiguous. It's like you don't know what the fuck's going on there.
I think, I don't know if it was in this one or another one where the sort of teaser trailer, even before this one came out, that he's in front of some kind of review board and they talk about his career and how he's never been able to make, go up in rank and
he's always just been a pilot or whatever.
Yeah, and he's just always been, still doing the flybys and all the stuff. But at some point he manages to become a Top Gun instructor, which is all that happens at the end of the first one, right? Where he decides he's going to go be a Top Gun instructor.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But this goes back to no more original ideas.
Yep.
The first movie is perfect for what it is. The big Jerry Bruckheimer, ridiculous, 80s, late 80s movie.
Yeah.
It's all good and didn't need to be remade.
No.
Or have a sequel.
No, it's not even, it's a sequel.
Yeah, it doesn't need a sequel.
The thing, like you said, it doesn't need a sequel. It falls right into a whole bunch of these that we're getting now but it's everything because all the guys our age are the ones that are making shit now.
Or so if you wanted to make the sequel,
they watched and they're like, oh well, I want to make a sequel to that, or I want to reboot that, or whatever. So that's all we're getting now. On the one hand, again, if you do a sequel really good, I'm excited because I'm like Ghostbusters.
Mhm.
This thing looks
Yeah.
really good, and I cannot wait for this fucking movie. I start elbowing little kids out of the fucking way. Like, no, they fucked it up 2 years ago. Get the fuck out of my way, kid.
But then the time to make the sequel was, 1993, right?
Yeah. As someone who was not in the military when this movie came out and joined the military and had a whole fucking career and retired 5 years before this goddamn movie came out, and this fucker's still floating around in there doing his thing. I'm like, really? I mean, I get it. Yeah, career. I could still be in now too. But still, I'm like, just really. So yeah, I don't know. Because we got the one hand, like I've already complained about what I've read online from other Navy personnel. His treatment of Navy personnel is just atrocious. But that's a Scientology thing. I think we also discussed where I decided I was finally just going to separate Tom Cruise, the Scientologist, from Tom Cruise, the actor.
Right.
Because I have to, because I like all of his movies.
Yeah.
But I fucking hate him as an individual. I think he's a pompous asshole. So, yeah, I'm just...
there goes the Scientology sponsors.
Yeah. Don't let the goddamn door hit you. Fuck you.
So, this does raise a question, though. So, Tom Cruise has been getting paid oodles of money for all the roles he's done recently. I can't imagine what they had to pay him to come back.
I think it was the first time oodles have been said on this podcast, but go ahead.
Oodles.
Sure.
Metric shit time.
I fucked them all up.
Yeah.
I fucked them all up.
Yeah, what's wrong with oodles?
Nothing.
I like oodles.
I don't know.
So, he's been paid a lot of money for his latest roles. I can't imagine what they had to offer him to come back and do a sequel, which for some actors can be a career killer when it's something dumb.
Yeah.
Not that his career is at any risk, but...
No, it's Tom fucking Cruise.
Yeah, but I mean, he had to get paid some buku bucks, and I worry that doesn't bode well for the film because it's not going to be a $100 million box office movie.
No, he's going to have to be banking it.
This is probably going to be watched by people like us who saw the
Yeah.
original Top Gun. I can't even fathom like other folks that would really be interested in it now, except for maybe the current generation of flyboys.
Yeah, people that want to watch. Yeah, military. I don't know.
Maybe my daughter will go watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't for anything to lose. I hope it does good. There's part of me that really wants it to do good. I'm intrigued by it, but I think most of that, at least 70% of that, is just because I really don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with it.
Yeah,
I don't know what they could do with it to make it good. So that's part of what it's like. Oh, okay, and, I ain't gonna lie. When I saw the trailer, you see the sunrise, and you see this, and you see all this shit, and you hear like the little beats of the music was do 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 do. I'm like, oh, all right, you got me in there.
But there's only so much of that nostalgia you can do in an entire sequel of a movie.
I'm hoping
we're not going to do. Please don't do another volleyball scene of like.
Oh, please do.
Of like
all of them
57-year-old Val Kilmer
shirtless in the Catch Me Fuck Me shorts. He's just Val Kilmer eating a goddamn double-decker ice cream cone on the side of the fucking volleyball court.
Oh, I'm glad that wasn't in the preview.
You notice they've hidden him pretty well, right? It'd be amazing if he got in really good shape and we're all like, holy fuck, what happened to him? He can play Batman again.
So, all right,
no, he can't. Holy shit, don't speak that into existence.
Top Gun Mavericks in theaters June 26th, so we'll definitely get more trailers on that too, if they can find the budget for it after paying Tom Cruise. All right, so on to what are we going to go to? Let's go to Star Wars. Rise of Skywalker has been out for just over 2 weeks now. Yeah. As we talked about, and we of course did a podcast review already. You can go back and listen to that if you want. We won't scan over all that again. But the critic reviews were mediocre. User reviews are much better. It does have, last I looked, it was January 1st, I think, 918 million worldwide, so it's definitely breaking $1 billion. No question.
Yeah.
It still has quite a bit more runtime, so could it catch
it's
TLJ?
Only the beginning of January.
Maybe.
What else is coming out now that's going to stop it?
Not much, and we'll get at the very end of this. We'll do the other stuff that's coming out, but there's not a ton at the beginning of the year.
Have you guys seen the thing online to try to get the J.J. Abrams cut?
I know.
Released?
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
All right. So and yes, because I've seen you discussing it online too, Eric. See, I'm getting better at this. Is an audio podcast, so I'm pointing at you. I'm talking to Eric. There's been some discussion of it, and like Eric pointed out, very poignantly. What's a good
poignantly.
word?
Poignantly.
Ooh.
I can't say oodles, but you can say poignantly.
He can't. He didn't say
it
right.
I can't.
He didn't say it correctly. That or Taskmaster.
All right. 1 out of 3 of us can say Taskmaster. Fuck you. Jesus. Just going down the toilet again. He pointed out that there's at least maybe 13 to 14 minutes that we know of that's out there that JJ confirmed. But there could be, because that's the other rumor, is a lot of podcasts are preaching that this was like over 3 hours of a movie and then they're all acting like JJ was shocked that it was cut. And I'm like, how? He was out there, so it's their clickbait shit. They're like, JJ shocked that it was like cut that. No, he wasn't. He was
that on WeGotThisCovered.com?
Probably. At least one of them. So, yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing some of it because I think it probably would flesh it out a little bit better. Yeah. But, of course, again, I'm the guy that wants the original JJ trilogy, too. Fucking assholes.
I'll repeat what I said online earlier, what you were probably looking at. So poignantly, yeah.
I'll wait for Paul to finally
just for anybody's benefit that didn't get to see it. But around November 25th or so, JJ showed up on Good Morning America, and he said in that they had just finished the sort of final last minute cuts the previous weekend, and the runtime up to that moment had been, it was 2 hours and 35 minutes. And he said in an EW interview afterwards, it's actually 2:21 now. So that's 14 minutes difference. But as you know, the actual runtime was 2:22. So, but he said when he made the statement, he said, there's probably a little wiggle room there for credits or whatever. Okay, so that's 13 minutes he had to cut out in the October-November time frame when they were doing sort of final cuts before it went. I mean, that's right before it went to the theaters, right? Okay, so you got that 13 minutes. It was probably polished. It probably had all the special effects and everything in it. They were cutting it out a month before. I mean, it was probably done, right? But so the other part of this that makes me think there probably isn't much more than that, at least not something that you would put into a movie, a cut that was JJ's cut or something, right?
Right.
So Marianne Brandon was on the Rough Cut podcast, and she was talking about how they had to edit this, and Disney's timeline was way too tight for them. They had to shave like 3 months off the normal editing time. So instead of doing the editing and the cuts post-production in a studio like they normally would have, she followed JJ around. They would film the shit, go inside a tent basically on the side of the filming and cut it right there.
Oh, wow.
So all those cut scenes that are missing, which could definitely be 3 hours worth of content, it never made it to the post-production. It never got any special effects. It never got any voice dub-overs, any of that. And to think that they could come back now and fix that, it would take like an incredible amount of effort. This isn't like, oh, well, we did this and decided it needed to get removed. No, you cut that shit out before it even made it to the sound dubbing. Yeah.
It's also Disney too. If they think there's money in it, they'll do it.
Well, it would be a huge effort. You'd have to bring back in voice actors for some things. I mean, it would be a lot to do to fix that stuff that you cut literally on the floor while you're filming. So I could see JJ's cut having 13 more minutes, and I think I said in our review, I wish there was a little more screen time.
13 minutes is a lot.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is.
Well, depending on what it is, right? Yeah. Right. So if you're gonna spend all that on the
if it's like Lucas, where like a character walks by in Jabba's palace while they're all sleeping, and that's like 30 seconds. You're like, what the fuck was that? Special editions.
Yeah,
sorry.
Exactly. So they could have used extra time. JJ could have used extra time to explain quite a few things, honestly, where they just sort of glossed over it or said, or you just started with it. This is the way it is.
Yeah.
Sorry that we're not going to tell you how it got there. you could have spent some time explaining those things. And I know I whined and cried about the runtime being 2:35. Like, oh, that's a lot. Definitely don't want 3 hours. But after seeing the movie, I wish that extra time were there.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So anyway, we did do a poll for what it's worth on the Facebook page. It ended up at it was actually 47-53 last I looked, and so 47% of people said they thought it was a satisfying closing to the trilogy, and 53% of people said it wasn't. We had about 1.3 thousand votes at that point, so
nice.
Fairly good sampling.
That's
I
awesome.
think.
Yeah.
But so it's pretty split. But not as
It is.
not as hated as TLJ was.
True.
Moving on, within Star Wars still, Mandalorian, we of course did our season review of that. You guys can go back and listen to that if you want.
He's squeaking again.
What's that?
You're squeaking again.
I'm squeaking again? Yeah, it's one of my superpowers. So you can go back and check that out. We've got the website articles with all the Easter eggs on whatifgeeks.com if you want to look at those. But season 2 is currently filming. This should come out next fall, so it's a long goddamn wait. Not next fall, but fall 2020, let's just say.
This fall.
So there's no confusion. We know from some interviews and things that we will see Moff Gideon back. Giancarlo Esposito is in the second season. Grief Karga is in the second season. Carl Weathers. Cara Dune is very likely in the second season, although that's not
better be back.
She better be back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Carl Weathers is also directing an episode. And then I shared on the Facebook page, Favreau posted a Twitter picture of this really like beefed out Gamorrean guard looking dude. Like,
right? Yeah.
So and
he's definitely doing some CrossFit.
Yeah. And the caption was something to the effect of
a long time ago, so it was P90X.
Something to the effect of on the set. So it has something to do with season 2. So that could be something cool. I guess we'll see. The other thing I wanted to mention, which we also I think that was on our Twitter feed, but Katie, what the hell's her last name? It's gonna bother me.
Sackhoff?
Yeah, thanks. That voices Bo-Katan. She had posted this cryptic Twitter message shortly after The Mandalorian started filming saying, this is the highlight of her career. So Bo-Katan was the last person to have that Darksaber within the animated series. Yep. And it's voiced by Katie Sackhoff. So the question is, and it's total speculation, we don't know shit, but could she have been coming to the Mandalorian set to do something with Bo-Katan? Maybe she was doing it live action. Maybe she just did a voiceover. Maybe it's a flashback scene. Who knows?
I bet it's a flashback scene.
That would be my thought too.
What was it? The Day of Tears?
It was the Night of a Thousand Tears.
Yeah, something like that.
Which is where I'm assuming is when he attacked Mandalore and got the Darksaber. Because she was last.
That would be my thought too. They're going to show you how he got the Darksaber. It's probably going to be from Bo-Katan. She'll probably be dead. I assume. Yeah. But I mean, there's possibilities.
I'm assuming he's a Force user too. I think he wants to be the next Vader. Think of his uniform. He's a little bit emulating.
He's definitely different. But he's got good reason to be different. And we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that before. So you can go back
here,
and
listen to the Mando review. See what you think. Let us know.
Have you guys listening to more episodes? Yay.
And last thing for Star Wars, the Clone Wars Season 7 is going to be released on February 17th on Disney+. We have an actual date now. Before it was just February. But February 17th, Season 7 of Clone Wars will drop.
So I got a lot to do. Yeah,
and Filoni did say that they were going to cover, at least in part, the Siege of Mandalore in this series, or in this season.
Right. See, like all the animated shit, I never really watched all of it. I watched episodes here and there.
Yeah, me too.
So I have to.
Oh yeah, we got to publish that hot list if you just want to know the stuff that's relevant to Mandalorian.
We're gonna
watch these 25 episodes.
Literally, like Heather started me on it again because she, after Rise of Skywalker, she went back and started watching from the beginning. Phantom Menace, blah blah. And she was like, "All right, so after Attack of the Clones, what should I watch? It's showing me animated." I'm like, "Yeah, watch the little movie they have there first, and then watch the animated series." So she started watching that. I don't know how much she's watching without me.
Yeah.
So probably because she works from home, so she's probably watching a lot. Yeah, we were discussing that at work too. I've got many, many, many things I need to be watching that we listed that we can talk about later.
It's out of control.
Yeah, one of my friends was like, "So you're just going to quit work and watch TV?" I'm like,
"Yeah, you almost have to.
Yeah.
You really do to cover all this. Ridiculous." Yeah. Next, I'm going to skip on my list. Let's go to Marvel next. So we're staying Disney. And I'm going to let John start this one because he's got his finger on the pulse of the rumor mill, and I know he's got some rumors. In addition to what I wrote here, you got some other ones, right?
Yeah, so the first one I hit you up with and you jumped on here with, and I've only I listened to, it was Everything Always, so I'll give him credit. There's a YouTube channel that broke it, or for me, they broke it. But the first rumor I heard was that Disney may have regained licensing rights back from Universal for Hulk and Namor. I was confused on the Namor thing because I thought he was with the Fox shit.
Yeah.
But maybe not, because that was what this whole episode
He's
was.
sort of in the Fantastic Four universe, if you will.
But this episode, this show I was listening to lumped him in with the Hulk, so whatever. But yeah, so supposedly, rumor is Disney dropped some money and got the rights back to Hulk and Namor. There were some other possible rumors that are in here that literally just dropped to the point where I saw a quick text from a couple of friends and I tried to look into it and I didn't get into it big enough on before we sat down. But one is there's a possible Hugh Jackman Wolverine cameo in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, which makes sense if it's a multiverse and Wanda's in it. Could this be how they start to introduce the X-Men?
Right.
You know, somehow. Either, I don't know, maybe a collapsing universe or whatever, and she pulls all the mutants in. I don't know.
Makes perfect sense, really.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little bit off where, like, all right, maybe the mutants didn't start on this Earth, this universe is Earth, but now they're here. That could be cool. But I don't know. It's kind of like, you know, one of those. All right, they didn't start like they did in the comics, but you
Wanda and
do what you can.
Wanda is a mutant.
Not in the MCU. Well, not that you know of. Not in the MCU. No, she's the Age of Miracles, is what they were saying. She got her powers.
Quicksilver are mutants.
In the MCU, they got the powers from one of the Infinity Stones. Now, you could argue that what they did, because they said all the other subjects died except for the twins, could it be that, much like in the comics, whatever they were doing with the stone activated latent mutant abilities? Right. That's what I would say. You know, now, after that, I don't know how they're going to cross it over. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. But they're going to find a way to bring the X-Men and all the mutants into this universe. This could be the spot, if this is true. I want to see Hugh Jackman come back one more time, but what I really want to see is him with Deadpool.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to get two. If you get one, you're going to get two.
No, I think Deadpool's already confirmed. No,
Oh no, Deadpool's coming.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I want to see Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool and Wolverine, in a movie together.
So my memory might be failing me, but I think Hugh Jackman said he wasn't going to reprise the Wolverine role ever again.
Yeah, and there was a time when Robert Downey Jr. said he was done playing Iron Man.
Fair.
And Disney
until Marvel backs up the Brinks truck and says,
sure. They had a C-130 and dumped sacks of money. They dumped a bunch of Brinks trucks full of money onto the lawn and said, here. So, yeah, Hugh Jackman will be back. I guarantee it.
Well, I mean, a cameo is one thing, but...
Yeah. I would love to see him do maybe a cameo here for, you know, okay, he's that one universe is Wolverine. That makes sense. And to have him do like one movie, he doesn't even have to be in the whole thing, like 2 acts of the movie, for whatever reason, you know. But the flip side of that is too, Logan, and we'll get into that later. Logan was a perfect send off for that character, so it's like, you know. But yeah, that was one rumor, and then the last one is there's a possibility that Keanu Reeves is going to play Silver Surfer, and it's rumored for Thor 4. I think that was way out there.
I want him to do the whole thing in the Johnny Utah accent from Point Break. That's what I want.
I don't, you know, of all the characters you could make him, why Silver Surfer?
I would have went with Adam Warlock.
Adam Warlock is great. Moon Knight. You know, people have proposed all kinds of things in this.
Moon Knight would have been perfect after John Wick.
Yeah.
Granted, okay, he's older, but if you make Moon Knight the BVS Batman, like that
Yep.
He's been around the streets for a long time doing his thing, and he's like just a rumor. That would have been fucking perfect.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. MCU, hit up Keanu Reeves for Moon Knight.
Not Silver Surfer, please.
They just look at him. What's your name? Mark Spector.
I almost feel like anybody can play Silver Surfer.
Yeah, Doug Jones did it. Right? Wasn't that? Yeah,
I mean,
you got that right.
It doesn't have to. They don't have to have a certain look or anything. So you're wasting Keanu Reeves on it.
I think so.
Yeah, it's motion capture.
Yeah.
I am the Herald of Galactus. Yeah. There you go. Holy shit. 2020, the year of the impressions. That's the only one I'm going to be able to. Yeah, thanks.
You know, and you just made me think his performance in Constantine probably justifies some of that.
Yeah. So those are the rumors there. I'm iffy on that last one. But I think the Hugh Jackman one is probably, I think it's a given almost. He's got to come back at some point. Disney's not stupid. Again, this is what I said earlier. If Disney thinks they're going to make money out of it, they're going to do it.
Well, yeah.
They know damn well if they bring Hugh Jackman back just for a spot, it's going to make bank. Mm-hmm. I also think they really know. They're trying to figure out a way to do, because Ryan Reynolds tweeted that they're in discussions for Deadpool 3. So they're in discussions trying to figure out how they're going to do it. I really think they're going to probably just do like they did with like the Movie Max shit or whatever, where it's not going to be under the Disney banner. It's going to be under something else, and they'll keep it R-rated because you cannot change that character. Right. People will lose their minds, and Disney is not stupid. They know that. They know they can make their money. It'll just show up on Hulu as opposed to
right.
So no, now you'll definitely go get that combo package, won't you? You assholes.
Well, you know they're putting themselves in a bit of a bind if Deadpool makes a cameo appearance in Doctor Strange, then he is effectively part of the MCU at that point, whether you like it or not.
Well, yeah, but again, we've already had that discussion too. If Deadpool shows up in the MCU, you can censor him, and you can actually really lean into that, on a comedic standpoint.
Well, he does nothing but break the wall
right, he
all
knows.
the time.
Yeah.
So if he's sitting there, if he starts to say something, you'd be like, "Fuck you," and you just hear beep. He'll be like, "What the beep?"
And his mouth gets covered with
the censor bar, and he picks it up and throws it. You know, dumb shit like that. Like you can really lean heavily into that. Like I said, my favorite scene would be if he knows he's got one "fuck you" because Wolverine's done it, you know. And he's saving it, and then someone like Wolverine steals it from him at the end of the movie, and you just watch him go like fucking batshit crazy and kill a bunch of henchmen or whatever. You know, it'd be funny as shit.
That would be funny,
dude. That's actually really great.
See? I know.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
He could spend the whole movie like almost saying shit.
Yeah,
and
he'll look right at the camera and be like, "Nope, no, we're saving it. Wait, someone takes it from him."
Oh,
that's epic.
That would be funny.
I have only one or two really good writing moments. There you go. Disney, make it happen.
Disney just stole it from you. So.
Yeah, fuck it. Just be like, I came up with that first.
All right, so
just so one of you go, they did it. They did it. Okay.
Since we're on the X-Men topic, New Mutants will be in theaters April 3rd.
Are we sure?
Very little about this.
Are we fucking sure?
No, I mean it's been such little coverage, but this is the official.
The last thing I saw on that was a compilation of upcoming movie trailers on YouTube, and it was part of it. And I was like, again, because it looks good. It looks like a mutant horror movie.
Here's the thing, though: how are we going to get a movie in April of 2020 that there's not a bunch of trailers out for? But there's stuff. Wonder Woman has trailers out in June.
Well, there have been trailers out for New Mutants. They dropped like a year ago.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Where have I been?
So this is from a day ago. It says settled on April 2020 release date.
Now, this is also like one of the last things that Fox was putting together too.
Yeah.
So maybe Disney's like, we'll take a chance and release it.
Yeah.
It's done, but we're not going to advertise it too much.
Yeah, they're blown in that regard because we've seen like nothing.
Yeah, there's not a lot of talk about this.
Have you seen the trailer?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
I mean, we talk about trailers all the time.
Again, I'm not spiking this thing yet. Well, after this one, while we take a pee break,
the trailer has Magic, Cannonball, Sunspot, Wolfsbane, Mirage. all in it, and the doctor.
What's her face? Maisie Williams is playing Wolfsbane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where have I been? How did I not know that?
I don't know.
But it's not like it hasn't been pushed
because
hard.
They,
I mean, because
they
really
kept
hasn't.
postponing
There
it.
aren't TV spots.
Right, that's the thing.
Yeah, the date has moved. I should probably look this up because I'm sure I'll get it wrong. The date has moved from April 13th of 2018 was the original release date. Yeah, and then it got pushed to February of 2019. Then it got pushed to August of 2019. And now the mouse says April 20, we're settled.
Once the mouse bought them, I was like, I don't think you're ever going to see that movie. And now they're saying April. I'm like, all right, cool. I want to see it.
But how is it? So I guess my question is, why is it not all over the place?
Maybe
that a comic fan like myself would not have seen it.
I know. I don't know. I don't know. You'll watch it. You'll see. It's like a...
It's a Charlie's Angels problem. They spend no advertising money.
Yeah. It's
because they think it's going to flop. But I mean,
or it's going to be
that's a self-realizing prophecy when you do that, right?
Yeah. Or it's going to be like a cult thing where it is really good and winds up making a whole bunch of money by word of mouth. But I hope, because it looks decent. It's a horror movie set in the X-Men universe. It's kind of really cool. It's a cool concept. Kind of like how Marvel MCU is doing like the different... He's trying to watch it now. Look at him, fucker. Literally said, hang on, we'll let us pee or some shit.
Put in your earbuds.
under his ear.
Searching for family vacations?
Holy shit. No, not at all.
Fuck,
is that me?
Yeah, that's right.
Is it you?
All right. We'll do that later.
All right, so...
hang on. You sure you don't want to jump on your phone again there? Fuck nuts.
I'll do it while the water softener's running.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Let's get all the fucking noise in here as possible.
So the next thing, which also didn't get very much coverage, is the Morbius movie from Sony.
Well, we didn't even really finish that one with him. So
sorry.
Rewind and... Okay, now we're back after pee breaks and Paul watching a trailer halfway through our fucking podcast.
All right, so you've seen the new
I've seen it.
trailer.
How
do
you
feel?
I like it. I like the sort of horror movie vibe it's got to it. I still can't believe that I didn't know it existed, and I'm sad and embarrassed by that. But
me too, especially the amount of time you fucking spent hanging out with me. Jeez.
I know. But it looks decent. But it's going to suffer. I think Eric just said it's going to suffer the Charlie's Angels fate, which is there's not enough advertising, and it's going to flop, and they're going to go, see, not all of these movies work.
Yeah, and I don't know. Well, we'll see when it comes out, because again, much like many trailers get me because I am the lowest common denominator. Transformers gets me every fucking time. I'm hoping this is not one of those times. I hope this is a really good movie. We shall see. All right, go ahead.
Well, budget's not huge, so it doesn't have to have a major turnout in the theaters.
It might be why Disney's like, you know what? Hey, we didn't pay to make this movie, and fuck it. Let's see what happens.
Everything it makes is gravy.
It's all profit for them. Go ahead.
All right, so next on the list is another one that gets very little coverage. This isn't Disney's fault, of course, because it's a Sony property at this point, but the Morbius movie comes out July 31st, and Jared Leto is going to be playing Morbius. There are 2 trailers available for this. We won't stop to watch them, but...
Really? Okay, I didn't see the trailer for that.
Yeah, there's 2 teaser trailers for this one.
Okay, I'll watch them.
There's about a minute 21, and there's a 2-minute one.
You watch them?
Yeah.
Does he look better as Morbius than he does as fucking Joker?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I'll say yes.
Because I was about to go, oh, Keanu Reeves would be good as Morbius. But of course I want Keanu Reeves to be fucking president too, so what the hell do I know?
So, I mean,
actually, no, that'd be a really good idea. Fuck that.
Sony doing what we said Sony should do, which is, bring out those villains, do your villain backstory stuff. It's something cool you can do because you own so many villains with...
Tangent to a previous thing we said on here. With the rumors, if the rumors are true that they dropped that money on Hulk and Namor, right? This is starting to, I guess, unravel the shit that I said earlier was going to happen. I said in the next few years, you're going to start to see them dropping money on everything and get it all back. Mm-hmm. How much longer before they just go, fuck it, bring it in? Because I'm pretty sure they're going to be knocking on Universal's door here in a little while and say, take our characters out of your park. Yeah. They just bought 235 acres, and they already didn't need it.
Yeah.
Can we
that's
say
true.
can we say a Marvel Universe park?
That would be an interest. I don't know if they would do it straight Marvel Park.
Why not? Why not?
Just
Fuck it.
Because they haven't. They've been doing add-ons to other parks to try
They
to
haven't
up the
because they've been
attendance
slowly pulling in all the rights to everything.
But it's 235 acres.
They've got Marvel.
A bit of a ways outside the existing park
That would
structure.
be a perfect spot
it's
for it.
on the edge of the property. It's kind of an oddball spot.
Yeah.
And it could be that they're just buying land that they think 50 years from now we're going to need to make sure we have this buffer zone. You know?
Right.
Well,
the way,
that's what I'm saying.
The way
because
development happens,
they already have
they need
enough
some buffer.
area. They have enough area to make another park. They didn't need that, but that's your buffer.
Right.
So that's for later. That's for when they buy out something else. They we need another park.
It'll be in the announcements at D23 2025 or some shit.
Right.
So
something.
We'll figure it
out.
eventually.
I'm telling you, that agreement with Sony was not as much as they wanted it to be. So I'm telling you, it's coming. They're gonna drop billions on them just to be like, fuck it, give us your movie side, or just give us Spider-Man back.
Give us the whole thing.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care anymore. They're taking it all back. All right, go ahead.
All right, so next one, Marvel side, is Eternals is November 6th of this year. That's quite a ways off, but I think they're going to hit hard on the advertising with this one because they spent a fortune on this.
I'm
Angelina
worried.
Jolie, Selma Hayek, Kit Harington was announced at I forget what that was. Was it D23 they said that?
Yeah.
Richard, I mean, just star after star after star after star. It's ridiculous.
Which excites me, and especially Angelina Jolie and Salma Hayek. I'm going to watch it, but it also makes me nervous too because to drop that many big names in a movie, for something that's Eternals, cool. But again, I've learned not to doubt Marvel. I mean, they've done it every time. So I haven't seen them hiccup yet.
Yeah, and they're big into continuity and casting someone for the long term. So this probably tells you that the Eternals story will end here.
Yeah,
part.
It'll be a one shot.
Yeah.
I'm predicting it now, so we got almost a year to see if I'm wrong or not. You're going to get at least a cameo from Josh Brolin as Thanos because he's a deviant. He's one of the Eternals. He's just a deviant.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure you'll get, even in a flashback or something, depending on where this is set, it could be a prequel to something else.
Right.
Okay. I can cut that out again. I ran it because they just did all the, I had somebody come out and clean out that fucking thing because it fucked up on us, the water softener. So, for those of you, as I'm pointing in my garage, my water softener is running in the background. I'm going to try to edit it out, so hopefully you wouldn't hear it. But yeah, someone came in and fixed it all up for us, but I had to run the regeneration part after I put the salt back in. And I ran that right before you guys got here, and it was like, time remaining, 226 minutes. And I'm like, oh, that's not going to work. So it kind of goes through cycles, and then it like ramps up like that again. It got quiet right before you guys got here, too, and I was like, oh, this is going to be good. No, it's not. Go ahead.
Yep. Falcon and Winter Soldier, sometime the end of this year. We don't know the exact date yet, but it'll be coming out on Disney Plus. And then this isn't exactly new news, but it's new on our news.
They bumped it up.
Yeah, it's new on our news that WandaVision is now moved up to 2020 from the original 2021 launch.
Right.
So we'll also get that this year.
And why? Because Mandalorian killed it.
Yeah.
And they're like, we need content
another
quick.
thing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was probably some cancellations after Mandalorian. People were like, where's my content? Ain't nothing new here. But I can't
knew
imagine
they were
it was
going to
a
do that.
huge.
I don't think so.
They did 1 year pre-release buys. Verizon gave 1 year free service to all their subscribers. The packages were released: Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. So it's kind of like I can't imagine that many people would cancel because they're either already prepaid or they're paying for multiple services, and it's stupid to cancel Disney because you literally pay more to have Hulu and ESPN.
Right.
Yeah, and like I said, with the amount of content that's on there is something for everybody. Now, do you want to go start playing around with how's she doing like that? Just leave it. It's okay. I'm going to edit it out. So they're playing with a friggin' water softener. There's so much in there, but there's like with all these other shows that we're watching, do you really want to go in and watch older Disney movies, whatever? Maybe not. I mean, some people do, but maybe not. But there's a lot of like the Clone Wars cartoon that Heather jumped on because okay, now I'm gonna get caught up with this so I can find out storylines, whatever, you know. So, and yeah, so Noah's here. Sorry, we're gonna pause for effect, and here's Noah. Noah's saying goodnight. First time in 2020. Say night night.
Night, night.
All right, I love you. What? Okay.
Bye.
I love you.
Bye, Noah.
If it's not dead, if you haven't used it, keep it unplugged. You'll kill the battery by keep plugging it.
Thanks for slowing us up. Love you.
Boom, 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 boom. All right. So on to DC then, if we're done with Marvel. Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover event. They've done 3 of the 5 now. This will conclude this month, January 14th. Both of the last 2 episodes. So the event will happen on Arrow at 8 p.m. and then on Legends of Tomorrow at 9 p.m. on the same day. And that will conclude the story.
Have either of you been watching this at all? Because like one of the things like Heather and I used to love watching is like Arrow, Flash. We got because of their last. They've done this is the 3rd one they're doing now.
Yeah.
Crossover event.
Yep.
Because of the last one, we watched like the episodes in Supergirl and DC Legends of Tomorrow, right? So we started getting into Legends of Tomorrow, which is a fun show.
Yeah.
Obviously, the special effects are not there all the time, but it's funny. It's got like the campy, cheesy, whatever. Kind of like watching Sliders back in the 90s where they're like, oh, okay. But it's fun. It's one of those that like we've put on the shelf and we haven't gone back to yet. We have to go back to it. So we've been watching Flash religiously. Arrow is getting ready to wind down and end. And it's probably about time. It's because it's like losing us where we're like, all right, whatever, But we've been watching. We watched the last 3 Crisis ones, and for what they've done a really good fucking job with it. To make it like work in the TV universe for what it was, for the biggest crossover event, pretty much known to man. I mean, everybody knew what it was. They've really done a good job with it. The amount of just cameos and shit, and some characters you literally see for like 30 seconds. The only spoiler I'll give you guys at all is, like, as you're going through it, you see different cameos, right? It's this wave event that the Anti-Monitor is doing where he's destroying the universe. He wants to make his own universe, right? So as the waves are coming through, these heroes are trying to stop him. One spot where, like, the sky turns red and you see the wave coming, and it's going through, the camera's panning through a street, and you see a guy walking, and he's wearing a red, yellow, and green, like, sweater, and it's Burt Ward. And he,
right?
and he goes like, holy epic event or whatever, and then the wave hits. Kind of like
Right.
some shit like that. And that's his whole cameo.
That's awesome.
But it's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's little things like that. Like there's, I see you've got little things here like the Birds of Prey, right? For the original Birds of Prey TV show.
Yeah.
Huntress is in this.
Yeah.
There's Brandon Routh plays Superman from
the Kingdom Come Superman.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now you know that when he played Superman in Superman Returns, he was playing Christopher Reeve's version of Superman. So you've seen Christopher Reeve, then you've seen him play this version, and now you see what comes of him. Yeah. Right? He becomes the Kingdom Come Superman, right? And he's really good in this. And it's funny because he's also Ray Palmer in Legends of Tomorrow.
Right.
And they're on the screen together, and they call it out. Like, it's funny as shit. They call it like, what the fuck? Look at each other like, what the hell? And other people are like, what the hell is going on here? But yeah, there's a lot of really cool little cameos. Kevin Conroy, who voices Batman, plays like a dark, gritty Batman Beyond kind of. It's cool. Yeah. It's really, so they've done a really good job with it. I'm looking forward to, like, I guess it's like next week.
I have to catch these. The last one they did, I guess, end of last year was the Elseworlds that introduced Batwoman. That was really good.
Yeah, and she's in this too. So there's a lot of a lot of cool shit that goes on in this one. So it's
Yeah.
again, for a TV show, it's kind of
Yeah.
It's definitely a CW TV show.
Yeah.
So every one of them, you always have those moments where you're like, "Oof, this is CW." Wow. But for what it is, they've done a really good job of it. So I'm proud of them. Yeah. I wish their movie division would take a note.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, go ahead.
All right, so staying on DC,
Speaking of,
Birds of Prey and the Emancipation of one Harley Quinn, or whatever the hell that
anticipation
Of one- of one Margie Ribot.
Yeah.
Margie Ribot.
Margie Ribot. Anyway, that's in theaters February 7th. So we haven't seen a ton of promotional stuff happening. I thought they'd spam it at this
Yeah.
point, but
Because I'm watching Crisis.
oh, is it all over
It's all- oh,
Crisis?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm watching the wrong TV stations. Is what you're telling me.
Yeah. So I'm getting a whole lot of Margie.
I don't get any
and
ads
I
when
am
I'm
not-
watching Witcher. So
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of Margie Ribot, and I'm not complaining at all. 'Cause I'm like, solve one of my 5 fantasies for them.
Yep. And then I think we
And then we
no,
got
we didn't
Wonder
cover the
Woman.
launch date. Wonder Woman 1984 is June 5th.
Yeah, we covered everything else on it.
All right, and then I'm going to backtrack a little bit to Star Trek real quick because Picard releases. I know. I didn't want to put it after Star Wars. That is why I just moved it to the bottom arbitrarily.
That's fine.
But I know there's no other Star Trek fans around. But the Picard series releases on CBS.
This looks good. This I
All
will
access
watch.
It
on
does.
January 23rd, so that is just around the corner.
And here's the thing: like the only Star Trek I ever really watched was
The
Next Generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like I didn't watch the original one.
I've seen enough of the original one to kind of like. I've not seen them all, but
I've seen
yeah.
episodes here and there.
Yeah.
But like I watched a good amount of Next Generation.
Yeah, me too.
To be like a pretty good geek,
Yeah.
There are a couple of things where I'm like I'm not in that part of the diagram, and it's this, and it's Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. And when I do say I don't watch any of them, my friends are like, "You?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, but again, I only have so many hours in a fucking day.
Yeah.
I have to pay a mortgage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've just never been into either one of those things. But like,
But I've watched
I appreciate
The
them.
Next Generation. I watched Deep Space Nine. Some of the others. So
Yeah.
Next Generation was my favorite series of
Yeah.
all of them.
All right. Troy? Oof. Again, everything turns back to my libido.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, you had Jadzia Dax on Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
She was pretty...
Ooh.
All right, well, let's not. That might be an episode. I don't know.
Okay.
What?
Who?
Oh.
Okay.
oh,
All right.
Never
You know,
mind.
yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Some other time.
And that's later on the next episode when we do what did you miss?
Yeah. And then
and
yeah, go ahead,
7
sorry.
of 9 on Voyager.
Oh, 7 and 9 Voyager.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I knew. Yeah. Okay.
Even Beverly Crusher for a while.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I guess it depended on the mood I was in.
Yeah, that's a weird Oedipus thing. That
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a couch and
Yeah.
some. Yeah.
Yeah. I was uncomfortable,
Don't
but
wanna talk
I
about-
was.
yeah.
I was all in.
Yeah. And it's season 3 of the Star Trek Discovery series, which I don't. You guys said both of you haven't tried it yet. It's
No.
really sort of not normal Star Trek. It's a little bit off, but it's in a good way. I mean, it's just really modernized and
Okay.
they change.
I feel like I watched the first 2 episodes and then I lost it.
Yeah,
I feel like I didn't watch any of it.
it's a bit of a.
'Cause I didn't.
It's a bit of a complex story because it involves fucking time travel and it gets a little confusing
Oh,
at some
I like
point,
time
but-
travel. Okay.
And so, in season 3, they're going to jump 1,000. It's the same cast of characters, but they're going to jump 1,000 years into the future, and they're somehow going to get split up in the process. And then, so you're going to see a sort of different Star Trek world that you haven't seen yet.
Sweet.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be good. All right. So then, last thing I wanted to do is just quickly run through. We'll do more, I guess, coverage on these, and you guys can stop me if you want to stop me on any of these. But
No, just roll through them. We'll
Yeah,
do them
just-
real fast because we're way over an hour.
January 17th, Bad Boys for Life Jesus, with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. January 31st, Gretel and Hansel, which is like a dark, Gretel and Hansel.
Yeah, you really? Okay, good. You woke motherfuckers. Anyway,
It's like a.
it's Hansel and Gretel. Okay,
Yeah.
it's always been Hansel and Gretel. This is just
Well,
more of that.
this is on purpose
SJW
because
shit.
no, this is on purpose because it's like a dark, twisted version of it where the witch isn't a witch, but she's like a cannibalistic human.
Oh,
It's some.
Okay, all right.
I'm not sure quite where. Well, it's PG-13 though, so don't be too sold yet. It can't be that bad.
Yeah, it can't be that dark.
But it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a dark version of it. And I think they changed the name on purpose to sort of delineate it. February 14th is
Sonic the pedophile.
New date for Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hard pass on Sonic the Hedgehog.
You know, we're going to talk about this in our year-end review, but they completely redesigned Sonic.
He looks better
because of all the internet whining.
Well, thank God somebody listens.
Amazing that somebody would do that. Why is there somebody on the front door? All right. So Sonic the Hedgehog, February 14th. February 28th, Invisible Man, and this is also supposed to be like a really dark horror kind of.
Looks good.
She Elizabeth Moss plays like a wife and of a guy that they think is dead, but apparently he's not dead, and he's going to make use of being invisible in a.
I'm getting like a Kevin Bacon Hollow Man vibe.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I got out of the.
Which again, here we go rebooting shit again.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel. It feels worse.
But can you
than that.
remake Hollow? All right, can this be considered a remake if Hollow Man was essentially a dark version of the Invisible Man?
Right.
March 13th.
Invisible-ception.
March 13th is Bloodshot, starring Vin Diesel. I think you guys actually have to remind me. Is that Dark Horse Comics? That was another comic series. It was Image? I don't actually remember who it was.
I think it was Image. I don't know.
But again, this is one that got like little to no advertisement, and I'm not sure if it's going to draw much, even with Vin Diesel.
I don't know. At some point, Bloodshot's going to talk about family, and it's going to be great.
March 20th.
He's going to babysit a kid.
Yeah. March 20th, we have A Quiet Place Part 2, which has Emily Blunt, but not... oh, fuck. I forgot his name.
John Krasinski?
Thanks.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but he's not in it, as far as I know. At least I haven't seen him in the trailer.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. I didn't say it. I just said I haven't seen him in the trailer. That was you.
He's actually in the trailer. He's in one of the trailers.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's in it then. I'm not sure if I need a part 2, but I'm going to watch it anyway, because I thought that was actually fairly interesting.
So you watched the first one?
Yeah.
Good. So when we get into the next episode and we go over the shit we missed, guess what I missed? Go ahead.
Yeah,
oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
And I was dying to see it, too. Go ahead.
April 8th is the 25th installment of the Bond franchise. Daniel Craig will be Bond again in No Time to Die.
No shit.
Yep. May 22nd is yet another fucking Fast and Furious, number 9.
Woohoo!
John will be the only one that watches it.
Hard pass.
Hard pass, yeah. I won't even be seeing that on streaming. No. May 29th, Artemis Fowl. Only reason I bring this up is it's really like sort of a teenage kid novel. My kid loves it.
It's in that Harry Potter,
yeah, it is in that,
Hunger
exactly.
Games,
yep,
whatever
it's in that
vein.
realm. And it could
there
be
are
cool.
a lot of people like clamoring for this.
Yeah, he's like a teenage criminal mastermind.
Sure.
Could be interesting. My kid loved the
trailer.
Books.
Looked
he
good.
read all of them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so did one of mine. Yeah.
Dying for more, so I'm definitely going to go see it, whether I want to or not. June 12th, Candyman. Now, this is a sequel, not a reboot. I originally said it was a reboot, but I've been reading on it. It's not.
We thought it was, yeah.
It's a sequel. It's a sequel to the original. It will have Tony Todd as Candyman again. Jordan Peele is producing. I'm not sure that I'm confident in his abilities yet. Did you guys watch Us?
No.
This Is
I
Us?
wanted to.
No, Us. No. Not This Is Us.
Oh, This Is Us is
the
different.
horror Us movie.
Completely different fucking, oh my God.
This Is Us is like crying for
That is a
ladies.
cry, yeah.
Do not go into Us thinking you're watching This Is Us.
Right.
Holy shit. You're like, why are they killing each other?
It has a M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. How we doing that? It has an M. Night Shyamalan sort of a twist at the end.
What a twist.
But it's not that catchy. It's not that great to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got to watch it. That's on my list of shit for next episode.
July 3rd is Free Guy. We already talked about that.
Yes, looking forward to it.
July 10th, Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Hell yes.
August 21st is that Bill and Ted Face the Music.
I'm looking forward to it.
What is this? The threequel, fourquel? I don't know what the hell it is.
Threequel. Yeah.
Yeah. So they finished filming that forever ago. I'm surprised it's this long to release, and there's been again very little ad traffic on it that I've seen, but Keanu Reeves, I'm sure people will go see it.
Oh, yeah.
September 4th is The Monster Hunter, the movie made off the game. It does have Mila Jovovich, Jesus Christ, and Ron Perlman in it, so they did get some names to do it.
Just on that, I'm into it. I don't know anything else about
the game's pretty popular, but I'm surprised they're making it into a movie. Like, it's not that popular. Anyway, September 11th, the next installment of the Conjuring series, The Devil Made Me Do It.
Okay, pause on this one.
Yep.
Do you know what this is about?
I don't.
So apparently, and I'm going to fuck this away because it's been a few weeks since I've listened to the talk about it. But this is, again, with the Warrens, right? But this has to do with one of their stories, and it's a murder mystery that went to court, and this whole thing, and it had like the devil, somebody claimed to be possessed, whatever. That's what this story is about. But like, it seems like they're centering it around the court case. I think we're getting away from. I think once you go from
sort
like
of a real live courtroom drama / horror movie.
I don't know, but that's what it seemed like the way they were describing it. I'm like, really? Are we here now? So I think maybe you jumped the shark.
Like
this.
horror movie meets Law and Order, like ripped from the headlines.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's just a short segment, Act A or something. I don't
I
know.
hope so.
Yeah, that wouldn't make it any good. October 16th, Snake Eyes, the G.I. Joe spin-off movie. Don't ask me where that's at.
Okay, how the fuck did I not know about this?
Yeah.
It was like my favorite G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Really?
So
Is it Ray Park?
I don't know. I didn't recognize anybody, honestly, in any of the thing I was reading.
All right, well, I know what I'm looking into later.
Yeah, me too.
Also, October 16th, Halloween Kills, which will be technically the sequel, I guess, to what they rebooted
From
with
Halloween,
the new trilogy. Yeah.
And
so
then the last one's going to be Halloween Ends or something like that.
Right?
Yeah, in like 2022.
And Jamie Lee Curtis will be in it again. I don't know if she'll make it to number 3, but it's...
Shut your whore mouth.
She'll make it.
November 20th, just for John, Godzilla vs. Kong.
This is going to be good. Sorry.
December 18th, probably the thing I'm most excited about this year, and I'm sad I have to wait so long, the Dune reboot. So the readaptation of Frank Herbert's book. Josh Brolin will be in it. Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, Dave Bautista.
A lot of good names.
Yeah.
Bautista.
So I'm pretty excited about this. I hope they did a really good job, because if they didn't, everybody's going to hate them. The original Dune was great. You guys?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I love that. No? John hasn't seen it?
Yeah. See, one of those like, wow, I never saw. Yeah, I've never seen Dune.
Well, you could watch it easy at this point, but you almost might as well just wait for the reboot. Well, I mean, some things don't age well, and it's definitely a long movie. It's very drawn out.
That's fine.
There's a lot of slow build up to shit.
You can give me one of your Irishman breakdowns.
Yeah.
I'll find time for it.
Also, December 18th, Uncharted, which is supposed to be like an Indiana Jones style action adventure, which is going to start
from a video game.
Tom Holland. Yes, it's from a video game. Correct.
Nathan Drake. Yep.
Mm-hmm. But it'll star Tom Holland, so I know John will want to see that too.
Sure.
Don't you love Tom Holland?
That sounded way gay. He is.
Last thing for the year, and also on December 18th, there is a sequel to the Coming to America movie from what the hell was that, 87 or something?
Come on, Captain Google.
Sorry. So this sequel is going to include a whole bunch of the original cast. They got James Earl Jones, they got Eddie Murphy, they got Arsenio Hall, they got John Amos, and then adding to the cast will be Wesley Snipes this go around. He's going to play like some kind of military general from the neighboring country or something.
Of course he is.
So 1988.
88. I was really close.
Yeah. The time for this movie was also 1992.
Yeah, you're probably right. But you know what? They could almost make this work again for a really tiny crowd of people.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably right. Males aged 40 to 55.
What's his name? Prince Azim comes in there and
Akeem.
I love this town. I love New York. Fuck you. Yes, and fuck you. I love this movie.
I wouldn't normally give a shit about this, but the fact that they have basically the entire original cast back, I think it might make it worthwhile. Again, targeted
December
audience.
18th?
It's all the way at the end of the year.
You know what we got to do before
And
that,
it's got
right?
competition with other stuff, too. So
We got to go back and watch the first one right before we watch that one. We have to do we got to do a fucking review of that.
yeah.
That's got to happen.
Give
now.
it up for sexual chocolate.
Oh,
Sexual
God.
chocolate.
Let your soul glow. Rocky Marciano.
Yeah.
Every time we talk boxing, white people want to talk about Rocky Marciano.
He beat Joe Lewis's ass.
Oh,
Fuck you,
shit.
fuck you, fuck you. Who's next?
All right, so I think that is the end of our Geekly Weekly, unless you guys got any alibis.
No. Oh, hey, Coming to America. First time you see Samuel L. Jackson, too.
Is it really?
Why are you both sounding really... I mean, I know I'm
not
dumbfounded
sure.
because I never saw Dune. You're like, yeah, he's the guy that robs McDowell's. And
That was his,
That's his first movie?
appearance in a movie?
I don't know. That's the first time I remember seeing him.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I was also like 8. Well, I don't know. 10. I don't know. So, yeah. But, yeah, it was like the first time I remember seeing him. Like, you barely knew who the fuck he was. It was way before the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, bam. So, all right, yeah. That was a long episode when we add the other part in. So, that was the year in review, right?
No,
that was the
I'm
Geekly
looking
Weekly.
at the year in review. That was the
Need to
Geekly
pause
Weekly.
and start over?
Nah, fuck it. Hey, we're back. No. Oh, yeah, so that was a Geekly Weekly. Let us know. No more alibis, right? Good.
We're good.
Let us know what you guys think, what you're looking forward to, and stay tuned because we're about to jump into the year in review. So hit us up at whatifgeeks.com. Let Eric know what you think of his website. Whatifgeeks@gmail.com. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that happy shit. All right, that's it. Good night, Tony.
Good night, sexual chocolate.
Good night, Eddie.